Hello, this is ISB. We are talking today with Marisa Jolson, lecturer for corporate communications. Hello,
Hi,
Marisa.
great to be here.
Thanks for coming. Can you describe the goals and outlines of the corporate communications?
Sure. I mean, the goals of the corporate communications course and part of the overall structure of your program is, one is to understand corporate communication. So first off, what is that and how has it changed over time? So it's part of marketing, but it's also part of public relations. It's also important for strategy and aligning the corporation. So it's understanding the different ways in which corporate communication is used both externally and internally. So that's one of the key roles. Another thing is to understand how to understand your communication strategies, how to audit them so you can get a good handle on what your communication strategies or how effective it's been so far. And then it's to think about, okay, well, how are you going to develop your communication strategy going forward? So thinking about what are your goals, who are you going to target as far as your audience so that you can better your communications, and it's applicable both externally, so to your external audience or stakeholders, so shareholder members, as well as internally, so to your employees.
Okay. So our participants always mention that it's important for them to have theoretical understanding, but at the same time to understand how they can apply those theories in practice. So to what extent do you think you combined this theory with practice?
It was a goal of mine to include both theory and practice. So I studied at Kellogg marketing, so I understand all the theory, but I've also worked in business. So I also studied at Harvard, so I understand there also, as far as dealing with the public, with governments, what also is the theory. So, but I've also worked, and so I think you selected people that had both this combination of very good educational training, but also practical experience. So for me, I tried to always relate what was the theory I had learned in business school at Kellogg or at Harvard with, okay, well, what about my experience when I worked on Wall Street, for Credit Suisse, or I worked in London for a big mining company. So understanding how each of those concepts related, I tried to include them both.
Yeah. Thank you. And what do you think are takeaways for students who participated in this class?
I think the first day I really wanted to communicate the importance of communication. It's often something and people don't pay enough attention to it, but as I say, it's like oil in a car. It makes it run, and well-oiled machines is a better operating company. And so how important it was that the communications department or the CEO has a clear communicated strategy. So then, either the communications or the CEO has to come up together with understanding what is the overall vision of the company, what are the key values, and not just defining them and articulating them, but how are you going to communicate that both to your employees who would need to execute on that vision, as well as external stakeholders.
Thank you, Marisa.
My pleasure.
We talked today with Marisa Jolson, lecturer for corporate communications. This is ISB.